when you primarily go after DEI, you end up with DIE. Best security is when you go in and you're actually able to prevent an incident, not react to an incident.
Get the dude, the firefighter guy, Trump, the people that support him.
We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed!
I'm telling you, he's the only president that has been to jail, been shot, and survived, and white people even hate him. God damn, if this ain't a nigga, I don't know what to tell y'all.
Abraham Lincoln said, "United we stand, divided we fall." And this time in America is more important than any for us to come together. So welcome back to the Wilson Brothers. I'm David. This is Isaac.
What's up, guys?
Today we're going to be talking
Hold
about...
on, wait. We just got breaking news.
Oh, wait, hold on.
So Trump just picked his VP.
Hold on.
All right,
Whoa.
guys. So
Send
we're going
that
to go
me
into
real quick.
this real quick. I'm going to send this over to you, David. Okay, great. So
I'm gonna read this off, and then we're gonna go into
Yeah,
the whole
we'll get
entire
started.
assassination of Trump, the whole plot, what's going on online. So stay
What's the
around for that.
reaction?
We're also gonna get into the libs of TikTok. So a lot of just crazy stuff going on. But before we do that, we're gonna talk about JD Vance, who Trump has officially decided to have as his VP.
Such a good pick.
Look at this. This is Trump's statement on
X.
On X, actually reposted by libs of TikTok.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
yeah. Trump's not. He doesn't post on X, but he does on Truth Social.
So this is a statement. After lengthy deliberation and thought and considering the tremendous talents of many others, I have decided that the person best suited to assume the position of Vice President of the United States is Senator J.D. Vance of the great state of Ohio. J.D. honorably served our country in the Marine Corps, graduated from Ohio State University in 2 years, summa cum laude, and is a Yale Law School graduate, where he was editor of the Yale Law Journal and president of the Yale Law Veterans Association. JD's book, Hillbilly Elegy,
Such a cool name of a book.
became a major bestseller and movie as it championed the hardworking men and women of our country. Let's go. JD has had a very successful career in technology and finance, and now during the campaign will be strongly focused on the people he fought so brilliantly for, the American workers and farmers in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, and far beyond.
I love it.
So
Such
is this a good pick? Because I don't know all that much about JD Vance. I'm not going to pretend
Well, he's
that
a
I
bulldog. He's not like a Mike Pence, right? Mike Pence was very relaxed, very monotone.
He needed somebody that could go
But
after
Trump
him.
is, I think the gloves are off now since everything has happened to Trump recently. I think that really played a pivotal role in who he picked for vice president.
But this is what Ben Shapiro said. He commented, he posted on Twitter or X right away, and he said, as a friend put it, Vance is a truly F it, we ride pick from Trump. Demonstrates real confidence and shows that he wants a bulldog. Vance is certainly that. In terms of pure IQ and speaking ability, Vance is the best candidate Trump could pick.
That's a
lot
endorsement.
coming. That's a lot coming from Ben Shapiro
Yeah,
because of how
Ben
good at
doesn't,
communication
he doesn't
is.
hold back, and he's very, very outspoken. And he goes, look, did Elon Musk go back? Did Elon Musk do fire?
Yeah, he did two
He
fire.
He responded to it. Yeah.
Someone said Vivek was better, but no point in saying that now. Vivek he's going to be a future president, I think.
Yeah.
But right now, getting somebody like this guy that's going to be a good compliment to Trump, because you don't need Vivek, who's like his own future.
Well, you have to think about it. Is that Trump even said that his vice presidential pick is going to be probably a future president. So he probably believes that J.D. Vance is going to be president one day.
He already had the veterans vote,
Yeah.
but now he absolutely has it.
All right, so back to
and
the
all
video.
that. So back to the point of this video. We had some breaking news, so we had to share that with you guys. First, what we're going to do is we're going to go into Elon Musk on X. Right after the assassination attempt on Trump, he quoted on here saying, "I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery." For some context for you guys, Elon was recently on an interview, and he said he has never voted Republican in his entire life.
He's never endorsed a president.
And never has, and probably he's never voted, he's never endorsed, and he said he would probably never endorse a president. After what just happened, you have even Elon Musk saying...
look how many views that video has. I mean, that specific post...
Look at that.
202 million
204.
views. 204 million views, guys. That is insane.
That's crazy.
Like that's earth-shattering. I mean, we have 250 million Americans.
That's crazy.
So I can only imagine the global reach of this.
So we're going to dig a little deep into this, guys. We promised that yesterday when we did our Tom McDonald reaction. Thank you guys for coming back. This post right here is second by second basis of what actually happened. And so if you see right here, it's showing that at 6:11, shots are fired. At a second later, Trump touches the right, or within a half a second, Trump touches the right side of his face. Trump takes cover as agents rush to the podium.
That's crazy.
Male agent 1, get down, get down, get down. More shots heard as Trump surrounded by agents. Female agent, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we going?
There should be no. I'm sorry. There should be no women in Secret Service.
There's actions
and that's not a sexist statement, guys. Is that women cannot protect a president with their by this?
So guys, look at this photo.
The woman's cowering down. I don't know what she's doing, to be honest. To be fair, but she should not be protecting Trump with her body. She's too small. And he has the opportunity at this point to be assassinated.
You need people bigger than Trump.
Yeah,
you need
that's
guys
the purpose of
stronger
security.
than Trump.
Even Ben Shapiro said, if I'm going to a private event and I have my security, I want them to be bigger and stronger than me,
They have
just in
to.
case. Because they're hired security.
And around a third of the Secret Service agents there were actually women around Trump.
It's crazy.
So again, I love women, but there are different roles for different things.
The head of the Secret Service, it's a woman. She said for their DEI policy, they want to have by 2030, they want to have 30% of the Secret Service workers be
for
women.
inclusivity. No, we need to protect the president.
DEI means DIE. Okay, it has nothing to. It has to do with competence and merit.
No,
I would not want a DEI pilot flying the plane.
No.
If you're the best pilot, regardless of your skin color or your gender, if you're the best for the job, you get the job, period.
But this is awakening people.
Oh, yeah.
This is absolutely awakening
Oh my God,
people.
this is
Let
in
me show you
California?
this. This is in California. Again, the most liberal state, along with New York, in the entire country. And check this out. It reawakened the MAGA beast and made it more powerful than ever before. These are Trump supporters in California waving flags over a highway. Check this out.
Absolutely epic.
Right after the assassination.
USA.
This was right after the assassination, guys.
Come on, guys.
Come on. You don't get much better than this.
Yeah.
People are tired of this. People in California that had to be closeted MAGA supporters are finally coming out and saying that we've had enough
a lot
of
of
this.
people, especially in the black community, they said, if Trump could take a bullet for me, I can certainly support him openly now.
Wow.
If he can take a bullet, go to the ground and get up, because most presidential candidates would cower to the ground, which is, I mean, to be fair,
He went to the ground because that was
that's a
smart.
normal
That was
human
smart.
response, right? They could have shuffled him off the stage, but he got up on off his knees and pumped in the air, fight, fight, fight. That in and of itself is a direct act of defiance to all the elitists that tried to take him out.
And you know what's crazy is a lot of the liberal and left side, the Democrats, they're going to try to use that against him. That he said fight,
He's
fight,
insurrectionist.
fight.
He's
He's trying to cause division.
It's called
He's trying to get people to
Being
riot.
an American hero.
Yeah, he's not trying to get people to riot. He's saying we have to fight for our country. But you know what that actually means is we need to come together.
Yeah.
I guarantee you Trump by that did not mean go out there and start beating people
Exactly.
up. No, he's saying we need to come together as a country and go after and win this together. We're going to show you a couple clips of actually what happened during the assassination. I know a lot of you have already seen this, but we're going to give our perspective on it. And so from what happened, from what we can tell, there was a sniper or a guy with the rifle that went through the back that was outside of the Secret Service protection and went on top of a roof. A lot of different bystanders were saying, hey, look at that. They're pointing to the police and Secret Service.
Where
Look
were the
at that.
Secret Service?
And they didn't do anything. And I was reading something that the Secret Service policy, in order to shoot, you have to wait for them to shoot first.
Yeah, it's
So someone can be with a rifle
that policy
pointing
has to change.
at the future president, but you have to wait for them to shoot first?
that's idiotic.
That makes no sense. So check this out. This was someone took this with their phone, and they say plenty of time and opportunity to eliminate the threat. WTF?
I wouldn't even be doing this. I get some beautiful places according to those.
Look, they're all pointing.
They're all pointing.
Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look,
That's insane.
there he is right there. Right there, you see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah,
He's right there.
Dude,
Instead, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
Disgusting.
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy. because we have millions and millions of people in our country that are dangerous people.
I watched this one thing about, they talked about Secret Service goes to any site that Trump's going to be at or any presidential candidate days in advance. And it's supposed to create a wide perimeter of every vantage point within 500 yards. This guy was only 150 yards out.
It makes no sense that they say he was outside the realm of the Secret Service. If you have a clear eyesight, dude, there's people that can make a shot a mile away.
Yeah.
There's actually people that can in the
this
world.
Guy, thank God he was a bad shot. He actually, for his school growing up,
like Tom McDonald said,
he applied to be on the shooting team at his school, and he couldn't because he was such a bad shot. Crazy, dude.
DC Drain on Twitter said they left the roof wide open. Secret Service snipers had eyes on the shooter. People were screaming about a man on the roof with a gun, but Secret Service waited. They waited for him to take the shots, then they killed the shooter. They waited for him to take the shots, then they killed the shooter. Ridiculous. Wow. And this guy, I'm sure all of you have seen. This is 32 million. You've already seen this, but we'll watch a couple seconds of this just to give you, so in case you haven't seen it.
I love his beard.
But you were just outside. Tell us what you saw. So we had a party here all day. You can see behind us at the Brinkles Farming Greenhouse here. We had a party, and we all decided, hey, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally. Right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, and, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely.
Jeez.
We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So he goes on and says he's absolutely certain. This guy from the BBC keeps kind of asking him, so wait, you're 100% sure that it was him that took the shot? And the guy said 1,000%. There's no way it wasn't him. Wow. And then he said that the Secret Service blew the guy's head off. And the guy from the BBC is like, be careful, people are listening. Are you sure? He's like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. So how can this happen? Candace Owens yesterday came out with a video. She describes exactly what goes through whenever she personally does, I think it was the IRA, whenever she has to do her own rallies or her own meetings, whatever it is. She said they scope it out days ahead of time. She said that one time her husband, who the security didn't know of, were coming down the stairs, and then all the Secret Service or security pointing guns at him. We're like, hey, what are you doing? Stop.
They were about to shoot him.
They were about to shoot him, and she had to jump in the middle and say, hey, this is my husband. She said there is no way that they did not know every single vantage point days in advance.
It's crazy.
And there was a lot of different reports showing that most of the people or the Secret Service men were new. They were new. They were not veterans in there that had been with Trump for a while. He had a lot of new people that were put on his thing.
Myron from Fresh and Fit, he used to be in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And so he went on a Twitter live space and he was talking about how Secret Service is a really hard job. It's underpaid and understaffed. So they're having issues right now with staffing Secret Service members. So Trump,
it's very boring.
Trump's team needed better Secret Service. Honestly, at this point, he should just hire private military security,
like 50,
like ex-Green Berets or like things of that nature, because that was the biggest screw up of Secret Service in the history of this country.
The history of this country.
And every single Secret Service member that is in leadership, you should resign immediately.
Check this out. This is this guy's
Speaking of it, this is a ex-Green Beret.
And he talks about security.
Talks about it. So this is probably one of my favorite videos I've seen in terms of the actual breaking down of what happened.
Let's bring in Florida Congressman and former U.S. Army sniper, Corey Mills.
Sniper.
What kind of shot was this, Corey, from 130 yards?
Look, at the end of the day, this is a shot that your basic training boot camp soldier is requested to make within their 9-week period. This is one of the easiest shots, and they train all the way out till 300 or 500. And when I was doing the counter sniper, it wasn't with the United States Army. It was actually when I was with the State Department and was doing this exact thing, which is trying to look at going out with an advanced team, establishing what the perimeter is. And then as a sniper, when you would set up, you'd put together your range sketch or your range fan cards. And that would tell you where your 100, your 200, your 300, and you'd identify the areas of threat that you would be able to mitigate. And if there's multiple targets, you understand that your elevation and windage knob wouldn't have to be messed with, especially at 160 yards. You could literally just look, quickly glance, and know from the reference point, whether it be a building, whether it be a lone tree, whether it be a parking lot, maybe it's a road. Bottom line is that this is massive negligence to the point of me speculating on what was intentional and what wasn't.
Wow.
When you're doing a site survey and you're seeing this rooftop not that far away, why did it look like the counter sniper team was a little surprised?
You know, I can only speculate, and we'll have to wait until the investigation comes out, that they thought local law enforcement was potentially climbing up onto the roof when they saw a dark object on a light roof. But here's the issue.
Wait, you're saying maybe they misconstrued Crooks for a friendly, for local law enforcement?
It's very possible. I don't want to speculate until the investigation is over, but the bottom line is that if you saw someone climbing onto a roof that you hadn't authorized any clearance on, it's got a clear line of sight. It's exactly adjacent to the shooting where the president was sitting, and you're talking about a pop shot, and you got people yelling, and there should have been comms. The minute that local law enforcement, who apparently had a rifle pointed on, there should have been an emergency frequent comms channel that they could have said, we have a shooter on the roof. Secret Service should have rushed the stage and immediately took the president and took him off, and then responded to the counter sniper. The shot should not have gone off. That is the failure in itself. You're supposed to be able to try and, the best security is when you go in and you're actually able to prevent an incident, not react to an incident. Even if you would have left a law enforcement officer's patrol car in that parking lot with the lights on, that could have been a deterrent. But when you have nothing that is actually showing force protection, you're encouraging this. Look, I'm not sure about who the individuals are on the individual detail Secret Service, but I can tell you under this Biden administration, the one thing I've seen is massive DEI hires. And I can tell you, when you primarily go after DEI, you end up with DIE.
So when you...
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's exactly what you said.
Yeah. When you start with DEI, you end up with DIE, because what you're doing is you're sacrificing security for the sake of inclusivity. And that's never a good thing to do, especially for a former
Dude, I'm
president.
so fed up with it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so fed up with this diversity bullcrap.
And obviously we need to know until the FBI is investigating, all of the different government authorities are. So I don't want to speculate too much on, potential conspiracy theories. Well, we're just giving you guys the facts as we find them. And then we're going to talk about now Trump's response.
He said, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be dead. A lot of people say it's the most iconic photo they've ever seen. They're right. And I didn't die. Usually you have to die to have an iconic picture. Look at this.
That is just so
That's from the New York Post. Wow.
So moving.
It's just, I love how he stood up, dude.
He stood up for what's right.
This is crazy, though. This is Van Jones. He actually works for Joe Biden, loves Joe Biden, and he is one of the first people on the left that I've actually seen to admit this. Check this out.
Trump dodged a bullet, but he's not the only one. America dodged a bullet last night. America dodged a bullet, because if that thing had been a quarter inch over, you would have had an assassination. And then I don't know how this country comes back from that, because half the country would have felt that the other half of the country took their leader. And if only a small percentage of those people felt that means we're in a war, you have millions of people ready to shoot back. And so I was proud of Biden. I thought his tone was right. I hope Trump also mentions it. But this is not just yesterday. We've been moving in this direction for a long time, and we need a U-turn.
He is the first liberal that I've actually seen do that. So many liberals, now granted, not as much on TV because you have to be careful what you say, but they wish Trump was dead. At least here he admits we were a centimeter away from a civil war, ladies and gentlemen.
That's actually very, very true.
This is what Charlie Kirk shared. Trump, when he tilted his head,
saved his life.
If he didn't switch it, it would have hit his cranium and he'd be dead. If he was not protected by God, I do not even know.
Like divine providence is
divine. But for you Andrew Tate lovers, this is what he said. It's actually kind of powerful. So even if you don't like Andrew Tate, give this a look. He said, "You can't kill a man God wants alive." Ooh.
What an opening statement.
Wow.
That.
He said, "Earlier today, some loser tried to reverse the direction we are headed, but the Matrix's continued fracturing is inevitable. The ignorant don't understand that Trump is dressed in holy armor. You can't kill that man. God allowed the bullet to graze his ear as an opportunity for Trump to show the fight in him, and Trump passed with flying colors. The Matrix is cracking in real time. The old days are over because the old days do not work. We're entering a new period. The chaos will accelerate as the Matrix desperately flails to keep its grip. The Matrix is afraid. Imagine shooting a man with your last bullet and he stands there unfazed. It has all only just begun. Are you positioned for where we are headed?"
Unbelievable.
That's a powerful Andrew Tate
He's
statement.
a great orator. I mean, Andrew Tate, regardless of what you feel about him, he has come a long way in the last couple of years, and it was really cool to see that. I know Trump had a response as well about his trip to Wisconsin for the RNC convention, and he just posted this, guys, yesterday. Check this out.
"Based on yesterday's terrible events, I was going to delay my trip to Wisconsin and the Republican National Convention by 2 days, but have just decided that I cannot allow a shooter or potential assassin to force change to scheduling or anything else.
Come on,
Therefore, I will be leaving for Milwaukee as scheduled at 3:30 p.m. today. Thank you." Wow. That leaves me speechless. I don't even know what to say to that, man.
There's nothing to say to that. It's just it's who he is. He's a fighter. He's a bulldog. Like he doesn't stand down. He stands up with his fist in the air and pumps, "Fight, fight, fight." It's incredible.
So Charlie Kirk shares a post. I'm not going to show it to you because it's a long post, but the essence of what he shared is that a local police officer was actually went onto the roof because he saw the guy with the rifle. The guy with the rifle points the gun at the police officer. The police officer then goes back down.
What a coward.
And doesn't tell anybody. He doesn't go down and tell the Secret Service.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens.
Dude.
I can't wait to see what happens and they try to cover this up somehow. And kind of spin the narrative in the story. But man alive, dude, it's just incompetence at the highest level.
This is Robert F. Kennedy, the independent nominee. This is what he said. "Now is the time for every American who loves our country to step back from the division, renounce all violence, and unite in prayer for President Trump and his family."
I do
Thank
respect
you.
RFK.
I respect him a lot, man.
I'm not going to vote for him, but I respect him. And I do pray that he gets more security as well. He had 2 security guards, dude.
I was watching the PBD podcast, the emergency one that came out within an hour after, and he said that if Trump had been assassinated, they wouldn't have done a podcast. He said, because they're all in New York, they live in Florida, he said he would have flown back to Florida as soon as possible, called his family members, every person he loves, every person he knows, and said, "Hey, get inside, be protected, because this is going to be a civil war if that had happened." So it's crazy, dude, how close we were. You never know when something like that's going to break out.
It was a life. It was millimeters from millions of people potentially dying on both sides. This isn't a right or left issue, guys. And we're not advocating for violence. We do not want violence. We want peace and unity in this country.
Yes.
But we were very, very close to a very bad day and bad year in America. It would have changed everything globally.
It would have.
Markets would have tanked. Financial institutions would have gone bankrupt. People would have done bank runs. I mean, it would have been really, really tragic, actually.
So we're going to go to the libs of TikTok.
Let's see what this
We know
lib
you
has
guys
to say.
love the libs of TikTok. Check this out.
Oh, you missed that! We don't miss those! Come on, man! Look! We don't miss those! One shot at greatness to be mentioned in the history books! And you missed the shot!
And they
Dude,
call
that
they
is a
call
mental
and they call
disorder.
MAGA supporters
That
extreme.
That guy's mentally ill.
They call MAGA supporters extreme. I haven't seen a single MAGA supporter want this to happen
It's so
to Joe
funny.
Biden.
It's so funny. Out of
Jeez,
out
dude.
of January 6th and the BLM riots and protests in this country, what side actually burned down businesses, black-owned businesses? BLM.
BLM, which was
Antifa.
created by Soros
Yep.
and
BlackRock.
BlackRock and the libs. Sorry to say it.
Speaking of the libs, here's
Here's
another
another
one.
libs of TikTok. Enjoy.
John Wilkes Booth, if you can hear us, if you are with us, please, John Wilkes Booth, if you're listening, please.
Let me get this straight. Dumbass! You have a fully reloaded shotgun, but you chose to use a one bullet.
We're not even sending our best to fucking assassinate. Cause what the hell was that? Lee Harvey Oswald would never, bitch. John Wilkes Booth would never.
Today was like this close to being the best day ever.
Also, the person that at Trump at his rally was exercising that right that all of those Republicans were fighting for. So, can you really blame him?
Huh? Exercising
What
the right
the
to
heck?
assassinate a president? Are you out of your mind?
You guys are mentally ill. Are you kidding
That's
me, dude?
mental illness at its
That's
finest.
mental illness. You guys are not. There's something in your brain. You
Exercise their right. A Second Amendment right is not a right to kill somebody.
Absolutely insane.
Assassinate somebody.
But this, as annoying as that is,
speaking of mental illness, we have Destiny.
Are you ready for this? Destiny. Look at you.
Liberal.
This is what he said on X. Check this out. He said, if we learned anything today, I hope it's realizing the importance of principles I've stressed many times on stream before. Having a firearm means absolutely nothing if you don't spend time at the range practicing with it. Are you kidding
That's
me?
brutal,
dude, Destiny, you're all about gun control anyway. So what are you talking about the good of having a firearm? You don't even believe in that.
So crazy.
So you're saying that he should have been a better shot.
It's
But
disgusting.
you think that upsets you. Check this out. This is one of the most insane things and disgusting, insane things I've seen in my entire life. Check
Some
this
people are
out.
saying that it's because he's taking Ozempic. It's screwing up with his brain.
Ozempic? Whatever.
It, the dude, the firefighter guy, Trump, the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am 100%.
That's one of the most evil things I've heard in my entire life, dude. That really pisses me off.
I'm just thinking about the fireman's daughter seeing that online.
Dude, you are making fun of people dying, and then you guys get upset at Alex Jones for saying he thought that Sandy Hook was actually not a real thing. You are literally making fun of somebody that died. He was a good father.
That's brutal.
Are you kidding me, dude? You should be ashamed of yourself. And every single one of you out there, if you're subscribed to him, you need to unsubscribe from him because that's absolute BS.
Yeah.
Dude, that makes me so mad, dude, that this guy actually has a platform. He said if any of you support him,
he's gonna wish
the
he
guy,
never
the
said
firefighter, F you.
It's just
It's
any
sick, man.
Any loss of life is a tragedy. And this girl's just as mentally
All right,
ill.
this is the last one of the libs of TikTok. I can't handle these.
Yeah,
people.
we can't do anymore.
I just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew, and he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it! We were a centimeter away! Oh!
Dude, these people, these are not all liberals.
so
I'm not trying to say that this represents
there's a ton
the
of
liberals,
liberals that are
but
great
for
people.
the
This
people
girl's
like
just mentally
this,
unwell.
the people like this just need to leave our country.
It's just
If you hate Donald Trump and you hate America and you hate all of the MAGA supporters and all these people so much, why don't you just leave? Why are you staying here and suffering so greatly? Just go to
you're so
freaking Russia or
oppressed.
go
You're so
to
oppressed.
Ukraine. Go to
You're so
go to
oppressed.
China. Go to China on a little field trip.
Go to
and see how you-
Venezuela and see how communism and socialism actually works.
because any person that has come from those countries and you talk about communism, dude,
That's crazy.
Are you
That
kidding?
is the peak of mental unwellness.
Oh, dude, that's making me more upset than it should.
Oh, here's the
You want to
last
see
one.
another one? This isn't libs of TikTok. Check this out. Jack Black's bandmate from Tenacious D. It's his birthday, apparently, and Jack Black is wishing him his happy birthday at a concert. Check this out. This is disgusting. That's funny.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Someone
So
wished
his
for their birthday.
They wish that.
Don't miss Trump. Do you see this?
I haven't heard a single conservative or anybody on the right want Biden to be assassinated.
I don't want him to.
It's so
It's bad
disgusting.
for our country, because I care about our country. I'm not going to put somebody in front of our country.
No.
I'm not going to say I want Joe Biden gone because no, I think that would be horrible for our country. That would be so much disunity and probably the beginning of a civil war. So I don't want that.
Definitely.
I don't want that. Come
Nobody
on,
wants
dude.
that. If you have any moral character or code, you would never want something like that.
If you want to see, though, check this out. If you want to see how terrible the
This is
media
the
is,
meg-
every major media outlet besides maybe Fox News.
Elon Musk shared this.
Yeah, this is from Elon Musk on Twitter. He shows all the different media outlets. What was the headline after the assassination attempt?
Yeah, just guys, if you
Look
want
at
to pause
this.
the video and just read through all
So
of
I'll
those.
read through a couple of these. Again, if you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause the video. But from ABC News, the headline was, Trump escorted away after loud noises at PA rally. Wow. And it said also Donald Trump escorted off stage by Secret Service during rally after loud noises ringing out in crowd. And then you have Newsweek that said Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after popping noises heard at the Pennsylvania rally. And then also on USA Today, Trump removed from stage by Secret Service after loud noises startles former president in the crowd. Why can't you just say what happened? Why can't you say what
it's
happened?
propaganda.
And the media has been making it seem like Thomas Matthew Crooks, who was the alleged shooter, was a lone guy and part of Antifa. So what they're doing is they're pushing that aside, but that doesn't account for all the Secret Service mistakes.
Yeah.
That they saw him and did nothing.
It doesn't make sense, guys. Logically, you cannot
don't
connect the
follow
dots.
the news. Do not follow the mainstream news, because after you see these headlines, it shows that they do not care about telling the truth. Fake news is in full effect here. A little bit of comedy.
Let's end with some comedy, guys.
We need a little bit of fun after all that intense stuff. Check this out.
Almost got clapped today, man. Golly. That shit is crazy. But he got up like 50 Cent, man. That shit is crazy. He went full Jesse Owens when he got up. He said, "Power to the people!" This motherfucker got shot with a gel blaster. I never seen nothing like this in my life. This is insane, bro. People killing me with the conspiracies already. The video was out for 20 seconds. Everybody's like, staged, fake, bullshit. It's an act. It's a hoax. He's doing this for votes. Here's why that doesn't make sense to me. He's leading in all the polls, bro. Why the f*** did he need to lie for votes? You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but there's somebody in the race whose name I won't name just called his vice president Vladimir Putin. I think that is the motherfucker who needs to be out here lying for votes. You know what I mean? Like, they just released the
Guys, that is pure comedy, and the reason why I like it is
Oh my
because it's
gosh.
pointing out the logical fallacies and inconsistencies with Joe Biden.
Here's another one.
This is
Trump
another-
is a thug. Check this out.
I don't care what y'all gotta say about this man right here, this man Trump, but this man is a thug. I'm telling you, he's the only president that done been to jail, been shot, and survived, and white people even hate him. God damn, if this ain't a I don't know what to tell y'all, but I'm just saying, Trump is the man right now. I bet you Trump at the house right now, like, yeah, JFK will be proud of me. You know what I'm saying? I know he looking down at me. I done been shot and everything. He feeling like a rapper right now. I'm telling you, man, if y'all don't vote for Trump 2025, I don't know what y'all gonna do. If y'all vote for these other presidents, them niggas ain't been shot. They gotta get shot to get my vote.
Yo, that dude is the GOAT. What's
Yeah,
his
he's the
name?
GOAT.
Jerome Myers. Jerome, well done, my friend.
Respect, brother. Respect.
Yeah, go ahead and follow him if you want.
Yeah,
but that's
it's on
his name.
TikTok.
Give him a little bit of respect. Jerome Myers. That's fantastic.
Well done, man.
Well done. Oh my gosh, dude. I needed that because I've gotten so mad from this. But we're gonna end with a couple of things. One, we did this when we did our Tom McDonald reaction video yesterday, which you guys can check out. I'll put the link at the end. But this was the guy. His name was Corey Competitore. So this is him. This is his daughter. And I think that was at her 20th birthday. He recently had his 50th birthday. So we put it on our Tom McDonald video, but the essence is his daughter writes a huge long post just about how amazing of a father he was, how he loved being able to be there at the rally, that he was becoming good friends with everybody around him, just loving on everybody. You know, he was a kind and an incredible father. And during the shooting, he actually bent over and with his own body protected his wife and his daughter from the shooting and gave his life. So we want to shout
True
out to
American
him.
hero.
And Kid Rock actually is doing a fundraiser, which we also put in the Tom McDonald video. So
we'll put the same link.
We'll put that in the description and the top
Make sure
comment.
to donate, guys.
If you like
Show
to
your
donate,
support for the families.
It's amazing, but you know, it's just so sad to see a guy this young, 50 years old, die in this.
He was taken from us too early.
Way too early. So we want to shout him out, and we're praying for him and his family, because that I can't imagine my father being taken away from me in a blink of an eye. So we're just gonna be praying for you guys and your family. There's a lot more research we could have gone into, guys, but the basic of all of this is that this is an inside job. There's an investigation going. The truth is, we will probably not find out exactly what happened and who's responsible.
No, we won't.
We won't. But there's something wrong with this. But I will say this. Thank God that Trump turned his head for a second, because if he had not, we would be having a completely different conversation today. I would be barricaded in my home, making sure, because I'm not going out there with the riots. You know, a lot of people, especially on the right, will go out there and start rioting. I'm not going to do that. Now, if there's peaceful protests, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go out there with guns and start going crazy.
I implore every single American right now to pray for this country.
Pray.
Get on your knees. Pray for this country. The temperature has never been higher. The odds have never been greater or more risky for each and every one of us. Guys, we love this country. I love this country. I love what we stand for. I love the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, how we got our freedom in 1776. And why we are Americans is not the color of our skin, but the content of our character. We believe in freedom, values, integrity, moral code, and that's why David and I created this channel. Speaking of that, make sure to like and subscribe and comment below. What are your thoughts on this whole process? What did we miss? What else could we have researched? Let us know below, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are the Wilson Brothers.
And right here, you can check out our Tom McDonald video that we released yesterday that goes into this a little bit as well. Tom McDonald's one of our favorites, so check that out, but we'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.
Peace.
Peace.